now people don't have to be um in the same boat as I was. But then I thought about it. College just wasn't for me. I got a job, and here we are on social media. So we're just living life one day at a time. But this scholarship, so the reasoning why the MDA decided to make this scholarship program was it says this program highlights MDA's commitment to supporting young adults living with neuromuscular disease by funding opportunities for those pursuing higher education. MDA will help to empower young adults to acquire the crucial skills and knowledge needed to thrive in the workforce. Advancements in research and clinical care have made major impacts on the neuromuscular community, leading to more people from the communities pursuing higher education than ever before. MDA is eager and excited to launch this new college scholarship program as part of our larger effort to focus on resources, supports, and programs geared toward the young adult community. And welcome in, everybody. I see you, Leah. AP, welcome in. Amid, how are you? And then it says, who do you hope to recognize and reward with this program? Okay, let's read that one. The MDA's College Scholarship Program focuses on community engagement and leadership as key areas of focus. Engaging with our community impacts us tremendously, and individuals have a great impact on the community around them as well. Community engagement can have such a reciprocal effect in this way as we raise awareness, gain perspective, and so much more. Additionally, we recognize the vast importance and impact of leadership and the multitude of ways in which acts of leadership, large and small, can be demonstrated. There are so many phenomenal young adults across the neuromuscular disease community whose everyday lives feature these attributes, and we are incredibly excited to recognize and reward them through this program. We encourage anyone living with a neuromuscular disease who is pursuing higher education and committed to their future goals to apply. So, guys, if you're just tuning in, welcome to You've Got a Friend. I'm Charm Charlie. This show happens every Friday at 4 p.m. Eastern Time. And we are currently reading an article about the MDA, which is the Muscular Dystrophy Association, is coming out with this MDA College Scholarship Program. And we are just talking a little why they got it started. And basically, the reasoning of why they got it started is they want to give opportunities for young adults living with neuromuscular diseases to be able to pursue in a higher education and be in their dream job one day, which is really cool. Um, and also, if you guys want to know how the inaugural year, so the first year, the MDA plans to award 10 merit-based college scholarships at up to $5,000 each in 2024. So that is amazing, y'all. If you guys don't know, I'm an MDA ambassador, Muscular Dystrophy Association, and we're just reading an article about them starting a college scholarship program. So that's really cool. And thank you guys for being here. Hi there, how are you? I hope you're having an amazing day. And also, we are going to get the rest of the show started here in a minute. So I want to say thank you now to anyone that shows any love throughout the stream, whether it is hitting the fave, whether it's sending a gift, and all these different things. Oh, and also we got to put our show goal. That is what we are missing here. So let me set up that show goal. Our show our show goal is always at least 10K. So let's start that. Did I send out my blast? I did. Okay, perfect. And also, if you guys want to follow my ambassador Instagram, it is Keep Charlie Moving. So follow Keep Charlie Moving on Instagram, follow Keep Charlie Moving on TikTok. And if you want to know more about my streaming career on the Meet Me app, make sure you follow CharmCharlie_1 on Instagram as well. And guys, I hope all of you are having an amazing Friday. If this is your first time here, put a 1 in chat. How many ones can we get in chat here? Let's see how many new people we have. Ooh, we got some new people. We got some new people. If this isn't your first time here, everyone put 2 in chat right now. Thank you guys for being here. Guys, I need to get some water. Hold up. I'm getting my water. My throat hurts. Lots of coffee. And guys, if you want to know something, one of the hardest challenges that I have to go through every single day is opening something. So that's one of my biggest struggles, is opening things, unfortunately. But yeah. And in a minute, we're going to bring on our first guest. Is our second guest here? Boop, are you in the building? And Emoji J, I saw you in here. Emoji J, if you're still in here, make sure you send Boop a message and see what he's doing, because we need both of our guests to be here. All right, y'all. St. Patrick's Day. St. Patrick's Day is coming up. I hope all of you are ready for St. Patrick's Day. I don't know if any of you are Irish, but a lot of you probably think I am because I have a shamrock emoji in my name. And I actually have a shamrock emoji because the MDA Shamrock campaign is one of my favorite things in the whole world. And yeah, it sends people with neuromuscular diseases to summer camp every year. They get a week full of away from their family. You get to go zip lining, you get to go fishing, you get to ride horses, all these different things. And if you go to the MDA website, you can donate to this amazing cause. So make sure you do that. Am I going? So you age out at the age of 18. So I haven't been in a few years now, but I will tell you, it was one of the most amazing things I ever did. And I went, so you have to be 5. So I went from when I was 5 all the way until I was 18 years old. Do they have adult programming? They do not, but that's when it comes to your being an MDA ambassador, what I am today. So we get to do a lot of fun events and share what MDA does for us. And I go to the MDA care centers in Ohio State at not Ohio State. Ohio State University is where they do a lot of research for Duchenne's and just research for different neuromuscular diseases. But I go to Nationwide Children's Hospital in Columbus, Ohio. We see the best doctor for my disability. And they're always finding more and more treatments every single day to find a cure for Duchenne muscular dystrophy. So, Miss CW, when you are ready, just go ahead and request that box, and we will get this started. And hopefully, my second guest shows up here. And guys, if you want to be a guest on my show, make sure you follow me on Instagram and CharmCharlie_1 and send me a message, and we can get you on here. And if you want to know what the show is all about, we talk about overcoming adversity and life challenges. And that's why it's called You've Got a Friend, to know that you're not here alone, that we all are going through a challenge or have been through a challenge in our life. And if you can overcome it, then you can too. You know, and let's bring her on in. We're bringing on Miss CW, y'all. What I want you guys to do is let's give her a warm welcome. Everyone, make sure you love her.
Hi, Charlie.
Hi, Miss CW. How are we doing today? Happy Friday.
Good. How are you?
I am doing swell. I always look forward to Fridays because of my show, and also just it's the end of a long work week. You know what I mean?
Yes.
So, Miss CW, is the blue heart your emoji?
Yes.
Everyone, spam the blue heart emoji in chat, okay? During Miss CW's time in the box, and also make sure you hit her with that fave. So, Miss CW, thank you for wanting to be a guest on my show. It's awesome having you on the show, and I look forward to hearing more about your story or something, a challenge that you've been through in your life.
Yes.
So when it comes to having a challenge in your life, it could be from when you were younger, it could be now, but where has been the biggest challenge in your life so far?
Well, the challenge that I wanted to talk to you about was a big one in my life when I was 7. Um, I was hit by a car, and yeah, and it was it was big. So I got hit in the front of the car, and I landed behind the car, and I was unconscious. I didn't have any idea what was happening. Um, at that time, my parents are immigrants from Italy, and they couldn't really speak much of the language in English, English language. So it was a very difficult time for me, naturally, not knowing what was going to happen, and for my family.
Yeah, so I don't know. So how exactly did that happen? How did you end up the car end up hitting you?
I was with my father, and we were doing yard work. And he had told me, to stay in that area where I was on their property, in the house property. And he had gone across the street momentarily, wanted to be with him. And so I just crossed the street. I didn't realize even what was happening. I still remember parts of it, but not everything, naturally. But I don't know. I just some reason I just went across the street, and that was what I remember, is getting hit by the car, and then I was out. I don't recall much of anything after that for a bit.
Wow. So in that moment, I guess you were 7 years old though, but in that moment, like what were different things going through your head?
Well, when I awoken, I was actually in the cruiser car, because the ambulance was taking quite a bit of time to come. So the officer on duty there told my mom and my parents, well, I'll take her. So they put me in back of the cruiser, and I remember being escorted over to the hospital. Well, he supported us, my family and I, and took us to the hospital at that time.
Wow. And when you got to the hospital, what what did they do? Like what did they diagnose? What happened to your body when you were hit?
Again, I was in and out of consciousness. I don't fully remember any of it. Like, literally, I don't remember much at all. I just remember when I was awake, and again, I was in a bed. I needed surgery. Um, Especially the most part that was damaged on my body was my right knee. Um, so it needed to be repaired. And I do remember being in the hospital for approximately 3 to 4 months. I don't know why it was like so long. I don't know if there was just other things that were healing, or just my body, because I was in a full body cast.
Wow.
Yes. So think because of that, they probably kept me more in than rather release me. So I remember being in that full body cast. I mean, it was literally my leg was up. There was some kind of contraption on my knee. It was an absolute mess for my parents. It was very hard for them because, again, they didn't speak any English. So, and my mom was just concerned. Naturally, they're just concerned: is she going to walk again?
And you were able to walk again?
I needed about 6 months of therapy after that.
Wow. And you said that all this happened when you were 7 years old.
Correct. It was just, yeah.
Wow. And guys, welcome to You've Got a Friend, y'all. We have Miss CW in the box. She's sharing a story with her, a challenge that she went through when she was younger. And thank you guys so much for being here. Make sure you guys hit her with that fave. And also, if you're enjoying the show, just sit back, relax, and just keep enjoying the show. So what happened to the drive? Do you know anything what happened to the driver of the vehicle that did this?
No, I do not.
Wow.
We don't know what happened to him. But I would just say that as my parents, they were just more concerned at that stage about my well-being. Is she going to walk again? Is she going to be okay?
Mm-hmm.
What's going to be her condition? That's all my parents, they only cared about that, really. I'll be honest. That's all they cared about. They didn't care about, it was over and done with, and there's nothing they could have done or do to take back that day. It happened. Right? So their focus was just, is she going to walk? What can we do? What can doctors do? Is everything going to be around? How long is it going to take? It's quite a bit of a process. And my mom just really struggled to hold everything together, like a mom and my brothers and home life and work, and then come back in and see me at night. It was a lot of stress in her life, really. And she was there every night with me. She would always come back and be with me. So I feel very blessed. I have an incredible life with my family. They're awesome. Very, very close to me, so I'm very lucky in that aspect.
That's awesome. It's really important to have your family there for the biggest challenges and, the hardest times in your life. It's always important to have people that are there, and especially your family. When your family's there during tough times, it really means a lot to you. Like over the summer, I broke my hip and I was in the hospital for a whole week, but my mom stayed there the whole time, right? She messaged her work and told them of the situation, and she said that she didn't care about anything about work. She just cared about what was happening with me,
Right.
Which is really important to have family members that are there for you.
It is difficult though. Not everybody can be able to do that. At that time, my mom was working, but they were also very considerate of her situation. They knew, look, her daughter just got hit by a car. So at that aspect, her hours got a little decreased, and she was helping assisting my brothers as well. They're still young, my younger brother was only 5 and I was 7 and my oldest brother was 9. So she had her hands full, like most parents do.
For sure. She sounds like she had her hands full. And I would say, so during all this, getting hit by a car, you having to be in the hospital, your mom being there for you. What is there like a life lesson or something that you learned throughout all of that in your life?
Yes, that no matter what happens, honestly, I think I've been very fortunate that I'm here today. So I've gone through ups and downs in my life, but nothing has ever touched me as that situation. So I feel like no matter what comes my way, it can't break me, because I've been fortunate enough that I was faced with death, and I was lucky that I survived. So that's my that's what gets me through every day. I'm lucky to be here, and I'm walking, and it hurts me. I have aches and pains with my knee, but I honestly I feel so blessed that it was just my major what's the word I'm looking for? My major um, injury from it from the car accident was just literally my knee. I had scrapes and bruises all over my body, but that all healed. It was just really my knee that took the brunt of that collision, and I was very lucky. I still feel very, very blessed every day.
And I know you said that was when you were 7 years old, but is there anything from that accident that affects you today still? Still to this day?
Hmm. Um, I do think about it. I just like I said, whenever I'm going through something, I do think about that incident, and I'm just feel very blessed to, like I said, to be here today. I also I also have a son. He's a young adult now. He has autism, so I think God blessed me in so many ways with different things that have happened to me, and I like I learned so much from him, and also just I think there's a reason he sent him to me.
Yeah. I same with my mom. My mom, she
Absolutely.
has me. I don't. I have a whole different type of disability, but at the end of the day,
Oh, thank
you
you.
still, it's a lot having a son or a child that has
Thank you very much.
um I guess a disability. And my mom says that I teach her lessons all the time. So for your son, what is like a lesson that he teaches you? You said that he inspires you. So what are some things that he does that inspires you?
I would honestly say it's just that he picks up on things faster than I give him credit. Not that I don't give him credit for it, but sometimes when you see it all day in and day out, sometimes you think that he's not learning, but he knows.
Yeah.
He knows a lot more than he comes off to letting mom know, really.
Definitely. So, a lot of people, what I think is cool about people with autism is they always have something that they know about or something that they're really good. And like they'll know every single fact about it, they'll know everything about it. And I think that that's really cool. At that point, I don't think it's having a disability, I think it's having a superpower. Because that
Hmm.
really is a superpower, being able to, you don't, you just ask them if you want to know information about something. It's
Hmm.
really cool how their brain works.
Hmm. And he's doing so well, so I feel very blessed. Again, things could always, I think that's one of the big life lessons to say to whoever's here and to you is every day is a challenge for everybody, but always focus yourself on the goodness of that day. There's always going to be somebody who's not going to like you. There's always going to be somebody who talks negative about you. There's always going to be something that hurts you. It's always going to be there, no matter what you do, what you say. So you got to make the best of your days, and I find that through knowing that I survived a car accident and in the love of my children.
That's awesome. I like that message there. And like you said, one thing that I've been reading a lot lately, like on TikTok, just on social media, people have been posting about how your life can change in the matter of moments, right? You never know what's going to happen. Like there's this trend on TikTok right now. It's a song by Luke Combs, and it's basically showing different people getting in these car accidents, and basically send messages showing people that your life can change in the matter of moments, that
Mhm.
sometimes you don't survive that accident, but when you survive that and you're able to share that story, it really opens people's eyes and shows, wow, my life really can change so quickly.
I know when I was young, I used to think like, oh, I'm indispensable. I don't know how many other people in here who are older, but I'm sure like, you know, we're all young, you know, we think, oh, you know, we're going to live forever. We have like our lives are like, oh my God, I'm only 20. I got so many years ahead of me, but you know, it passes so fast. It passes so fast.
For
Hey,
sure. You never know. Like, and that's one thing that always goes through my head. Like, people are like, Charlie, how do you live with such a, I guess, severe disease? Because one of my disease is such a severe disease. And they're like, how do you live life still? And I'm like, well, you know, my life could end anytime, but so could anyone else's. You know what I mean? You never know that the day you're not gonna be here on this earth, but all you can do is make that impact on this place before
that's
you're
very
not on this
true.
place anymore.
That's very, very true. It can happen to anyone. That's very true.
So, Miss CW, thank you so much for coming in the show today and sharing your story with us. Is there anything that you want the chat to know about you? Is there any tell us some cool things about you, like you as a person?
Well, first I'll just say that I do stream on the platform too. Um, and on Sundays, I have a featured show as well from 5 to 6. And you're actually going to be on it. I
Yep.
can't wait. It's going to be a lot of fun where I ask all of the contestants a series of questions. And then the audience and I will make a vote on who we think is least compatible. I think you're the main guest. Yeah. So the audience and I um we'll make a decision on who we think is least compatible with you at the end of round one. And we just ask you guys a bunch of yes and no. I ask you guys a bunch of no yes and no questions. Very simple things of like, for example, do you like sushi? Do you?
I like sushi.
Ah, I do too.
I have sushi in the fridge actually.
Yes, you like sushi too. So yeah, so I ask a series of just life questions. It could be possibly, you know, what you would do in a if it was romantic relationship or life situations or places you like to visit, or it's just to try to understand things that you like and don't like by just simply asking you yes and no questions. And then, so then the audience will vote on who they think is least compatible with you. And then I take a vote, and then we see if we can make a perfect match. And then at the end of round two, then I'll ask you guys a bunch of questions again, and then the audience will vote one more time, and then we will see who is most compatible. And it's called Making a Match. It's every Sunday, starting at 5 p.m. Eastern Time. And hopefully you guys hit me with the favorite and come and check it out. It's a lot of fun, I promise you. It's probably my favorite time to stream. Do you enjoy doing your
I do. I feel like being a featured show host is an amazing opportunity. Being able to have content and be able to get your message out there to more people. You know,
yeah,
like
it's
every
fun.
Friday, I love being able to be here and share my story and show people and tell people what I'm all about. And what I'm all about is to let people know that you have a friend with me. You have a friend in each other, which is why the show is called "You've Got a Friend" because you do. You got a
Right.
friend. If you ever need someone to talk to, I'm always here for anyone.
Yes. So that's really good. And I'm just waiting right now. I got some personal news that is very, very positive. So I'm just waiting right now on the second portion of the process. And if that goes through, then things are going to really change in my life, which are really exciting. So that's just a personal thing. But other than that, I do enjoy streaming as well. I think it's a lot of fun. I've met so many people who've come through, and yeah, so that's really it. That's really it that I have to say about that. But I love the show. I love your show. I love being here. Thank you for having me.
Of course, and thank you for wanting to be on the show. You know, it's hard to find people to want to open up about challenges and things that they've been in their life, but it really means the world to me when people decide to. They're like, "Oh, I'm ready to do it," and then they come on the show and we hear another story and we get to know someone a little better.
Oh, thank you. Thank you, Queen. Yeah, it was a lot of fun. I appreciate the opportunity.
Of course. Well, I know you said that you had a lot to do today, but thank you so much for coming in and being here. And guys, make sure you guys hit her with that fave, and we will see you next time.
Thank you, Charlie. Thank you for having me.
Of course. Bye, Missy W.
Bye. Take care of yourself.
Guys, if you're just tuning in, welcome to You've Got a Friend, y'all. I'm Charm Charlie. This show happens every Friday at 4 p.m. Eastern Time, and we talk about overcoming adversity and life challenges. And if you want to be a guest, message me on Instagram, CharmCharlie_1, and we will get you on the show, and you guys can share your story with us. And thank you guys so much for all the love. I see you all down there. So what we're gonna do now is let me check to see on my second guest here. So guys, I usually do have two guests on this show, but guys, also in the meantime, if you're enjoying the show, make sure you hit that star at the top of the screen. Hit that fave. We are, and also another thing is, y'all, we are on the journey for our top badge here on the Meet Me app as well. And also make sure you guys follow me on Instagram, CharmCharlie_1. My brand Instagram, Keep Charlie Moving on Instagram as well, and on TikTok as well, Keep Charlie Moving. You guys can see all the different things that I'm about and all the things I do to share my story living with Duchenne muscular dystrophy. Let me check on something here. At are you? Okay, there. So now, guys, thank you guys for being here. If this is your first time here, put a one in chat. Everyone put those ones in chat if this is your first time here. If it is not your first time here, put a two in chat. Put a two in chat. Thank you guys. You're lost? What do you mean you're lost? It's okay. I'm lost too. Guys, one message I want to tell you guys. If you agree to be a guest on someone's show, make sure you guys be here because as a featured show host, it's hard to keep your show going when your content is based on hearing people's stories. So just gonna put that out there for all of you. But thank you guys for being here. And we just had Miss CW in the box. We talked to her. Hi, Moody. We talked to her about when she was 7 years old. She had an accident, a car accident, and she just shared the story and everything. So yeah, but thank you all for being here. We are going to try to see what we can do here to keep the show rolling. No pun intended here. But thank you guys for all the wheels at this time. Guys, tell me, what is everyone doing this weekend? Everyone tell me what you're doing this weekend. I want to know. I want to know what you guys are doing this weekend. And guys, remember at the end of the stream, the top gifter is going to be the best friend of the stream. Right now, it looks like it's going to be Gina and also Miss CW. Boop, welcome on in. It's good to see you. You're all good. Of course, Miss CW. Yeah, and Boop, once you're ready, just hit that box and we'll get you in here. And yeah, you got a friend in you. Yes, sir, Morris. I love to see it. You got a friend in me. And also, the top gifter gets that flyer. Moody Art. Did you ever make that thing? Oh my gosh, we hit the goal here. Let's bring in our second guest, ladies and gentlemen. Boop, what is going on? How are you doing? Happy Friday.
Happy Friday.
Thank you for being here. I love the hat.
Thank you.
Hey, so I guess you're a Star Wars fan.
Yeah, definitely. I've watched pretty much all of the movies.
Yeah, and also it's all over your sweatshirt and your hat.
Yep. Yep.
Well, Boop, thank you for being here today. Thank you for being a guest on my show. So Boop, you know my show's about overcoming adversity and life challenges. What in your life has brought you a challenge? It could anything that you're comfortable about talking about.
It's I guess probably just making friends and because sometimes it's like really hard to like either make friends or keep friends because you don't really know like what they're thinking or what or how to explain it. What they're thinking or what they think you're thinking or whatever.
Yeah.
But like so like it's like really hard. It's like you can't like read people's minds, but like it just I guess because I used to be the kind of person where like I had like all these friends and then all of a sudden it's like now I'm just down to one person.
Yeah, it's
And
who your real people are.
Yeah, and then which is kind of what led me to coming on to Meet Me or
What's to make friends?
What's to make friends? I guess what makes friends, I guess you could say. That they're there for you, that they talk to you when you're having a bad day or having a good day, or they check up on you and
Yeah, I would tell you that that's the same thing I do, and I would say this year and the past, like since I guess like December, I've met some amazing people on here, people that I talk to like every single day now. Like Gina, she's in the stream right now. I met her like the beginning of this year, and now I like talk to her like every single day. So it's awesome that this platform has connected you with people that are your friends. You know, like you have Moody. Isn't Moody one of your good friends on here?
yeah. Enough, but like yeah, we're definitely good friends.
You have your ups and downs, right?
Yep.
Well, I mean that makes a good friendship, you know, is someone that you can have your disagreements and then you still come back and you can still have those funny moments. You can make jokes. You can, you know, just be there for each other. And you know, one thing I would say, it's hard for me to make friends too, but like the moral of the story is this app has really helped a lot. Has there been any, I guess, situations growing up that I guess that you've had a best friend? Did you ever have a best friend growing up?
Um, I would probably say I've had probably many best friends growing up, but I always like moved around a lot. So I never like stayed in one place to like keep in contact with them or just I don't know. I guess it was just really rough growing up because like I would make a best friend. I would be there for a year or so, and then like all of a sudden that best friend's gone, and then I had to start over, and then I had to make new friends, and I don't know. It was just so hard to like, and especially now where I live, it's everywhere you have to drive, and it's just really hard.
Yeah, definitely. So, would you say that I guess, the challenge growing up was that you are always moving, and then you always felt like that you were having to make friends because it was hard to keep those friends because you couldn't really stay in contact with them. Because then you met new friends, and then your parents are like, "I'm sorry, we have to move again." I guess that was probably one of a big challenge for you growing up.
Yeah, it definitely was because like I said, we never really stayed in one place, and
Mhm.
like I would lose those friends, and then people
So did
just
you
move on to different people, and it just doesn't feel the same after that.
do you have any siblings?
I have a brother and a sister.
Hmm.
I guess I could say I love my sister more than my brother, but
At least you're honest.
yeah, my brother can tend to get annoying sometimes.
Uh,
But
well,
my sister's like the loving, like caring little sister that I could
mhm.
have. So like she always checks up on me, and she always asks me what I'm doing and when she wants to hang out and everything. So she's a teenager, so
That's awesome. So at least in a way, you have a friend there. You're I guess your family could be your friend. They can be, because they're always there for you most of the time. It just depends on the situation, but sometimes it's important. We were talking about this earlier, actually, with our first guest, that family, it's important to have a good family. It's important to have that backbone. They're always there for you, always being able to support you for what you do. You know, it's important to have that. And so it's awesome having a sister like that. And my sister, I have a sister as well and a brother as well. But my brother's in college and my sister lives here. But I don't know. That's why I'm on here. Like I said, I get the most interaction with people on here than I do in real life.
yeah, 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 definitely. I think I met more. I feel like I've met more people online than I have in real life. So it's just nice to meet all these different people.
Hey, this day and age, how many people don't make friends on the internet is the question.
So
Everyone is. Okay, this is what the world has come down to. And I feel like the biggest thing that made this a thing now was COVID. COVID really showed people that you have the internet, you have this amazing thing to still do these things, but instead they're going to be virtual. And if you think about it, you make it virtual, even more people are able to make it, because some people might not be able to make it there, they have something to do at their house. And that way you're able to do it. You're able to be there, and you can do it virtually. That's one thing that people learned. And then that's when live streaming really blew up, because people realized, oh, I can get on here and I can still have a social life. But that's what I really think changed the world to be where it is like that.
Yeah, definitely. I think uh Meet Me kind of like really opened me up more too to like talking to people because I was always like very shy. I never talked to anyone. I never like got into anyone's box. I was always in the comments. Um it was just how I am. Like I have to like really warm up to people and have to like really trust that they're not gonna.
You, it's hard for you to trust people. Is that what you're trying to say?
Yeah, pretty much.
I'm the same way, but when you earn my trust, I am going to talk to you, like try to talk to you a lot. You know what I mean? Because I feel like that I want to be your friend. You know what I mean? I feel like that's how people can gain my trust.
Exactly.
And I've seen a lot of people that I haven't seen in so long. They've been coming back the past like few months, and it's been awesome seeing that old friends are coming back. That's also another thing is that what you struggled with growing up is people that you had to keep moving and you were losing friends. You had to make friends all over again. On here, you can make friends, and sometimes those friends they come back. They come back to say hello every now and then. They may not be there every single day, but they come back. They come to say hello. They let you know that they're still there for you. So that's also another thing that, like Falcons fans. Okay, no, this is a featured show. We're not talking about sports in here. Okay. Um. Anyways, guys, welcome. You've got a friend, y'all. I'm Charm Charlie. This is our guest, Boop. Thank you guys for being guys join the show. Make sure you guys hit Boop with the fave, and also hit the fave on my name up there at the top, and you guys can come hang out with us. But Boop, thank you so much for being here, Boop. So, is there anything else that you, I guess, want to say? A message that you want to leave everyone with, or anything like that?
Um, I guess just when you're really feeling alone, just know that you're not alone.
I like that. I like that. So can you like go into more detail with that, or what you mean by
Um,
that?
there would be some moments where I would uh feel like I'm alone, but I know I'm not, and I know there's is people that I can message and there's people that I can talk to.
It's really important.
Yeah, and there's some days that I would forget that, but then there's some days I'll be like, oh wait, I can message this person and tell them like how I'm feeling in that moment.
For real, and that's important. It's also to have those friends that you don't have to talk to every single day, right? You don't have to talk to them every single day, but they're there for you when you need them at your hard times, which is important to have friends like that. But Boop, thank you so much for being on the show today. And I hope that you have an amazing rest of your weekend. And definitely, I'll come hang out with you in your stream whenever you are streaming.
All right,
Bye, Boop.
bye.
Guys, thank you all for being here. Thank you for being part of this incredible show here on the Meet Me app. This show has shown you that you have a challenge, and that challenge can bring you down. That challenge can bring you up. But like what my hat says, live lucky. And also, the biggest message that I like to leave every single day is everything will be okay. Because at the end of the day, everything will be okay. And this show happens every Friday at 4 p.m. Eastern Time. in the Everything Will Be Okay studio. And thank you, Maddie, for those kind words. If you guys have any questions about anything, now's your time to ask them. Let's get some questions in the chat. If you have any questions for me about the show, about how to be a guest on my show, anything like that, let me know right now. Right now is your time. And then at the end, we're gonna play our song, guys. We play a song every single time to end this show. That's a good question. So how you can be a guest on my show is message me on Instagram. But first, make sure you follow me on Instagram, CharmCharlie_1. And then go on there. Send me a message there. And also send Moody a message or Emoji J. And we will get you on the show. We're looking for people to be on the show next week. Next Friday at 4 p.m. Eastern Time. So if you want to be on, message me on Instagram, message Moody on Instagram, and we'll get you on. I have people for that, Moody. I have 2 people ready. I haven't told you yet, so I got 2 ready. Yeah, April. I saw you are in Atlanta. How do you like living in Atlanta? So I like living here. It's fun. Sometimes I wish I could experience living somewhere else. I've lived here all 26 years of my life. I just want to try something new, but there's too many dang people here. And thank you so much, Emoji J. Like, things are getting built left and right.